what does the world in that scenario actually look like?
We don't have models that tell us exactly how the world is going to look like. But we do know that even 2 degrees would be a much worse world than 1.5 degrees. It's one well beyond 2 degrees would have far more what we think of currently being climate extremes, like extreme heat waves and droughts and storms and things like that. Those effectively become the norm in those higher warming scenarios. They just become the new reality, and then you get that becomes the average. What is currently extreme is now kind of the standard future. Then you get extremes on top of that. So the extremes and the kind of like higher, heading towards 3 degree world would be something that we haven't even seen before. And it's a world in which I can't see the level of kind of the way of life we currently have being sustained. I mean, arguably, it can't be sustained as it currently is, but definitely it'll be difficult to have the world as we understand it now, the world as we know it, with countries arranged as they are, with technologies and infrastructures. Pretty much everything would have to be rebuilt. And something we can say from the IPCC is that beyond 2 degrees, adaptation is difficult. You can't just do the same thing you were doing but tweak it a bit to make it work in a new climate. You basically have to do entirely different things. You have to grow new crops. You have to move to new places. You have to rebuild all your infrastructure to cope with new temperature extremes that you didn't have before. Everything would have to be rebuilt. And by that sort of temperature level as well, you are committing probably to a lot of sea level rise. So that's like eventually, gradually cities and would have to be moving from the coast, and farmland around the coast would be, gradually less and less viable. It's a world in which everything changes. What we can't say exactly is what that looks like. We can just say that, well, it would probably be
Not good.
bad. We'd rather
Yeah.
keep what we have and do what we're doing better than having to do everything completely different.
Yeah, because like we said at the beginning, and like people say often, yeah, but the world was much hotter before. So what's the problem? But they forget to add that there was no people.
Yeah, we weren't there.